Good afternoon. We're here to present our case study on how motivation and job design play a part in the IT industry. In 2015, BRW's Best Places to Work in Australia list, 9 out of 25 spots were filled by IT companies, despite accounting for only 2% of the Australian workforce. IT companies experience low turnover rates due to their focus on job satisfaction and making work meaningful for their employees. A lot of IT companies have cultivated a fun organisational work culture, which has led to more motivation and engagement being exhibited by their employees. With IT companies introducing fun into the workplace, they are more easily able to draw in, maintain, and develop a quality workforce of highly capable and motivated employees. It is crucial for IT companies to attract, develop, and maintain a highly skilled workforce in order to sustain competitive advantage. Some of the ways IT companies are able to do this is by making the work challenging and intriguing, ensuring that their lower and higher order needs are met, and providing a variety of perks and rewards, as well as showing an active interest in the health and well-being of their employees. When IT companies experience rapid profitability, they pay extremely well and provide all sorts of work benefits that most organisations can't afford. This then leads to questioning whether IT companies are uniquely able to best motivate and reward their staff, or if managers and leaders in other industry sectors are able to remake their businesses and emulate similar strategies that IT companies are utilising to attract, develop, and maintain a high quality workforce. This presentation will cover some of the concepts, theories, and strategies that businesses can utilise to attract, develop, and maintain a high quality workforce. The issues and concepts that will be discussed are motivation and rewards, the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic rewards and which one is more important to cultivate within the workplace. Rewards and performance, the effectiveness of customizing rewards to individual needs instead of the one-size-fits-all approach. Content theories of motivation, explain how people have needs and engage in behaviours to obtain rewards to satisfy those needs, such as Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory, which states that individuals have lower order and higher order needs, with lower order ones needing to be satisfied prior to higher order ones being satisfied. The two-factor theory of motivation, which breaks up motivators into two components: hygiene factors, which are sources of job dissatisfaction such as salary, interpersonal relationships, and working conditions, and satisfier factors, which are sources of job satisfaction such as personal growth, opportunity for advancement, and feelings of recognition. An acquired needs theory, which identifies three needs: need for achievement, need for power, and need for affiliation. We will then discuss the process theories of motivation, such as equity theory, which is about how employees perceive the rewards they are given for their efforts, and if they are considered equitable in comparison to other employees, and expectancy theory, which states that there are three expectancy factors: expectancy, instrumentality, and balance. Other topics that were identified within the case study and will be discussed are job satisfaction, the way in which employees feel good or bad about different aspects of the job, and how this can impact on their motivation and quality of work life. Job design, how the work processes within a job position can be organised and broadened to create more job satisfaction and motivation for employees. Job simplification, how a simplification can create both job dissatisfaction for employees and satisfaction when automation is utilised effectively. Job rotation and job enlargement, increasing task variety for employees by rotating them through various jobs, and creating job enlargement by combining processes from separate job descriptions. Job enrichment, how broadening the content of a job role by adding in task planning and evaluation duties can lead to further job satisfaction.
Our main topic in this case is motivation and reward. IT specialists are in high demand, so in order for managers to attract and keep employees, they must reward them and keep them motivated. Motivation is defined in management theory as forces within the individual that accounts for the level, direction, and persistence of effort at work. Current trends move beyond one-size-fits-all approaches. At Atlassian, they try to accommodate this by providing the employees with different ways to reward themselves, from beers on tap after hours, a billiard room, to a chocolate-filled skill tester. The focus on rewards in this case is not about what they get after they complete a specific task, but providing everyone with goods regardless of results. A job itself should ultimately fulfill more than basic needs. James McGill, a programmer at Google Australia, says that what keeps him motivated to go to his job is interesting and challenging work and good conversations with his co-workers. To keep employees motivated, managers should provide performance contingent rewards. These are extrinsic rewards which can be in form of pay bonuses or verbal praise when the employee performs well. It's also important that motivation comes from within the employees themselves. They should feel an intrinsic rewards by feelings of competency, personal development, and self-control. To improve motivation, managers should consider Frederick Hesberg's two-factor theory, where there's hygiene factors and satisfier factors. Hygiene factors are within the work setting, such as working conditions and interpersonal relations, whereas satisfier factors is related to the job task itself. By making improvement in what people are asked to do in their job, Hasberg suggests that job satisfaction and performance can be raised. Decent work should satisfy physiological and safety needs, but in order to create motivation in the workplace, higher levels in Maslow's hierarchy should be considered. In the lower order, social needs can be met by having social events. In the higher order, esteem needs can be met, among other factors, by recognition from the manager. And self-actualization can be made possible from challenging work, participation in decision-making, etc. A third way to distinguish between needs is David McClelland's acquired needs theory. There is the need for achievement, a desire to do something better or more efficiently, and need for affiliation, to establish and maintain friendly relations. The first central need is the need for power, which is the desire to control, influence, and be responsible. McClelland distinguishes between two forms of power needs, personal and social. Personal power involves manipulation for the pure sake of personal satisfaction and is not successful for management. The need for social power is positive and is directed towards group or organizational objectives. For the process of motivation, providing everyone with goods that are considered equitable can possibly eliminate the consequences of Adams' equity theory. People who perceive that they are being treated unfairly compared to others will be motivated to act in ways that reduce the perceived inequity, such as putting in less effort. In the work process, the employee should believe in the three expectancy factors defined by Room. Expectancy: I can achieve the desired level of performance. Instrumentality: my successful performance will be rewarded. And balance: I value the work outcome.
Job design is one of the main issues in the case study. Effective job design will allow the worker to feel important and good about their job, while efficiently fulfilling the task requirements. IT workers are in high demand. This means it's essential for IT companies to recruit, develop, and retain the very best employees through the HRM process. The HRM process involves attracting, developing, and maintaining a quality workforce, which is key to creating and maintaining a competitive advantage. Companies such as Atlassian will focus on attracting and retaining the best employees, which gives them a single-digit turnover. Through HR planning, an IT company can analyze their staff's needs and plan how to satisfy those needs so they're beneficial to the organization's mission, objectives, and strategies. Within an IT company, it is very important to focus on the well-being of your employees because of the long and intensive work hours. IT companies, therefore, make sure to give their employees special perks so that to ensure they're working in a healthy environment. Having healthy employees increases their work performance, and enhances the organization's effectiveness. This is the reason for the notion, take care of your staff and they'll take care of your customers. Job satisfaction is the degree to which a person feels positively or negatively about their job. This can have a direct impact on their work behavior. Increasing an employee's job satisfaction can be done by trying to fulfill the employee's lower and higher order needs through providing them with greater pay, challenging tasks, and promotional opportunities. Organizational commitment is the loyalty an individual has to an organization and is linked to job satisfaction. Professor Amanda Sinclair says that jobs such as call centers and retail have not been providing their employees with intrinsic satisfaction and so will limit the organizational commitment and job satisfaction. Job design alternatives are the various ways jobs can be designed in order to achieve different outcomes. Job simplification is having a highly specialized and standardized work procedure. This can increase efficiency on a production line, but will result in lower job satisfaction. Another alternative is job rotation or job enlargement. Job rotation will change the worker's job periodically, and enlargement will have them perform additional tasks. These have similar effects on the employee, which is that they'll have a more challenging and engaging work experience. Job enrichment is the final design alternative, and this focuses on making the job have more depth by involving more challenges and will fulfill higher order needs. The human resource management process involves attracting, developing, and maintaining a quality workforce. The first aspect, attracting, involves HR planning, recruitment, and selection. Employers will have to choose the best candidates for the job and effectively describe the kind of job and performance they expect from their employees. The second aspect, developing, includes employee orientation, training, and career planning. Employees will be taught new information and techniques in order to continue to work effectively. The third aspect, maintaining, involves management of employee retention and turnover, performance appraisal, and remuneration and benefits. This is how the business will choose to keep employees or to let them go and hire new ones. There must be a balance between a person's work and their life. Parent states the work-life balance was ranked 3 out of a top 10 attraction driver for the last 2 years. This means that employees must prioritize this in order to entice the best candidates to them. According to Bird, there are 5 elements of work-life initiatives. Firstly, there must be a culture that promotes work-life balance. Then there must also be a clear and consistent communication. Work-life training should be provided both on the job and off the job learning. Organizations need to discover new ways to enhance the program. And finally, work organizations need to know that everyone has different needs and one option does not fit everyone.
As our case study explains, the IT industry focuses on intrinsic and extrinsic rewards to motivate its employees. This leads to individuals feeling valued, job performance, and satisfaction. The IT industry, to retain and attract future employees, needs to focus on extrinsic rewards. This is because of younger generations, predominantly millennials and Generation X, having a higher value on extrinsic rewards. Research done in 2010 to determine if motivational rewards differed between generations found that both Generation X and millennials place a higher value on leisure time and extrinsic rewards more than previous generations, meaning that both generations are more reliant on higher level needs such as self-actualization needs from Maslow's theory. To attract and retain these generations, the IT industry needs to promote initiatives focusing on self-actualization needs. But there is still a need to make sure intrinsic rewards are obtained by these generations. The research also found that millennials still highly valued intrinsic rewards, even though the value on them decreased from previous generations. This plays directly into Maslow's hygiene factors. Manager behavior can severely model the behavior of their team, positively or negatively. Leaders are there to inspire and motivate, not to manage or limit. Famously put, by transformative leader from Apple, Steve Jobs, it doesn't make sense to hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they can tell us what to do. Research done in 2003 explored the link between motivation and the influence on creativity and leadership style. They found that transformative leadership is significantly and positively correlated to intrinsic motivation, which then is positively linked to employee creativity. This links directly to Heinsberg's theory of hygiene factors, increasing the quality of leadership, decreasing job satisfaction. The IT industry tries to motivate their employees not just so they are satisfied with their job, but so that they can also be creative because of their complex work. The action plan on motivation inside the IT industry. Short term, they need to develop managers to inspire creativity through motivating employees. Also looking at tailoring motivation techniques to the individual. Motivation for the individual versus the group. Medium-term plan. To understand the demographic of employees and current motivational approaches which relate to each generation. Working on a balance between extrinsic and intrinsic rewards, be that a more rewarding work schedule or more engaging work. Long term will be to partner with other companies to provide leisure activities outside the workplace, be that reduced plane tickets or holiday venues or free entry into recreational sports leagues. Management will need to figure this out via undertaking a survey to understand what employees enjoy doing outside of work instead of assuming what they deem valuable.
I will now address the objectives to improve job design. As our case study justifies, it's very essential for IT companies to recruit, develop, and maintain the most qualified workers for that kind of job. A journal article from 2011 states that employee development is one of the most important factors in human resource management. It also concludes that there is a direct relationship between employee development and employee performance, which therefore means that IT companies should have a higher focus on employee development. The research also clarifies that the more developed the employee is, the more satisfied and committed the employee is to their work. This will therefore increase the employee's work performance and lead to higher organizational effectiveness. Though the article also states that it doesn't matter how many resources the organization provides for employee development if the employee is not willing to develop. IT companies must therefore make sure that their employees are willing to develop by providing a supportive organizational culture where they encourage the employee to be a part of the decision making, and also making sure they're having a sincere and committed top management and giving them the opportunity for future promotion. The job design and human resource management theory also indicates that there must be a balance between an employee's work life and their personal life. This theory is confirmed by a journal article written in 2008. This article concludes that the work-life balance has a high impact on the employee turnover rate within an organization. The conflict between work and life can cause job dissatisfaction and stress, which often leads to emotional exhaustion and the intention to leave the organization. It is therefore very important that IT companies gain the knowledge about how recruitment and training can improve job satisfaction and organizational commitment. It is also very important that managers within the IT companies are aware of signs of stress, and the organization in general monitor the stress levels and the work-life balance by, for example, using surveys or other organizational actions. Another empirical study shows that factors such as employee attitudes, job satisfaction, and work overload can impact the employee's work-life balance. It is therefore significant that the IT companies address these factors through well-developed and relevant training programs, so the turnover rate doesn't become higher than acceptable. It is especially very important in the IT industry because there is such a high demand for employees within this industry, and if the company doesn't treat their employees well and doesn't care about their employees' well-being, the very skilled and talented employees will often leave the organization because they have more career opportunities within the industry. I will now talk about the action plan for IT companies. As you can see, IT companies' action plan for job design will be done in 3 steps: short term, medium term, and long term. In the short term, the IT companies should make sure that managers have the proper knowledge about how work-life balance, job recruitment, development, and training improve the job satisfaction and commitment. The IT companies therefore need resources such as internal trainers and their leaders' time and participation to give the managers this kind of knowledge. At the medium term, the IT companies should do an extensive HR planning where they will analyze the staff's needs through surveys. This will help the IT companies to create relevant development and training programs, which will lead to increased willingness to development, job satisfaction and performance among the employees, and this will then result in higher effectiveness within the organization. In long term, the IT companies should have a goal to have an effective and relevant ongoing development and training program. This will help create a supportive organizational culture which will encourage employees to participate in organizational activities and being a part of the decision-making process. This will once again increase the employee satisfaction and therefore lead to higher effectiveness within the organization and higher work performance among the employees. And it will always also lead to better work-life balance and less stress within the organization, which can have a very positive effect on the employee turnover rate.